What are fetus? I thought you'd never ask. Fetus serums are formulated to bring balance to face, body, scalp, vital energy, along with emotions. Floating in the fetus is a blooming of living molecules, causing the serum to be vibrantly fragrant and vibrationally alive and potent. All Fetal-5 products possess an energetic quality, largely derived from essential oils, and this quality is very much concentrated in fetus serums. This energetic benefit also permeates and helps balance the etheric field that envelopes the physical body. Thus, the name fetus, meaning the plant feet, goes into the ether. Fetus serums work at the quantum 0 point level to provoke the healing response.
Inshallah and Ashe. Fetus are amazing. They work on the etheric level. You can actually work them on acupuncture points for the face and the body to elevate frequency vibration. But with that, inshallah and Ashe, divine wills, blessings to you, 333 plus magical energetic beings. Are we truly going to hit the 444 this month? I hope so. In angel numbers, that is. Go ahead and share the excitement with your friends along with your like-minded virtual musers out there. Either way, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining me. And with that, go ahead and hit that white rabbit, the white button. Do so right now. It's the only way that we can actually authentically create and make certain that this algorithm will give you the nutritional quotient, the vibrational energy that your soul deserves, heartfelt feeling, like skipping stones down to the stones in our bones, a lot of S's in there. But our inner value quotient, the optimistic venue, the love quotient, the relational star. So while we're waiting for peeps to hop on, join us for the live show, listen to the replay, tune in the afternoon or whatever timeline by design you're on. The way we value ourselves on the inside is the way the world's going to value us upon the outside. And for me, fate is what happens and the destiny is what we take that path upon. What path do we want to lead forward with? So are you feeling the intensity of this lunar eclipse? Full on power flower moon. Say that 5 times. Full on power flower. I'm here to say I'm getting the double whammy. Myself, I have a Scorpio moon. The moon's in its fall and also in its joy simultaneously. So that's hilarious. And my north node is in the season of Taurus. 2 degrees away from all this exact momentum here, plus some other super juicy stuff. So what's in your cosmic blueprint? Please comment below. But today we are healing our voice of integrity, the channel of integrity by divine design. So are you holding space, being a conduit for spirit, circuitry, the genies, the Gen, being embodied, the perfect blend of spiritual alignment, physical body alignment, kind of getting a tune-up, if you will. And if anything feels off, the soul is in need of a conference call, seriously. Sacred space to align with the fluidity of time. So can you feel the manifestation of your new life kind of percolating, brewing, coming into the tangible physical form, breaking through, kind of a vibrant new light shining on, showing you the value, new value possibly, of your own self-worth, self-value inside of yourself. Whatever you do, nurture it, protect it, and imagine the growth of it. See the blossoming, the blooming, the unlimited growth of our internal value system. Protecting it and trust that it's already there because it actually already is. We've probably been dimming our light for way too long. And it's time to shine on, my friends. No one else will value you to the degree of your own worth. It's up to us. Seriously. I know this. I've got a Taurus North Node. It's happening for me right now in my existence. So it's time to take up our value system and literally putting it on the stage, your stage, and shining on. No need to dim our light like you've never shined before. Allow no one to dim your light. The goddess of the night is actually bringing this emotional foundation into reality, forming this foundation as like effects, like cause and effects of our efforts. And the more we value and love who we are on the inside, the more vibrant our fate becomes, lighting up the fabric of our destiny with our gift and our purpose. We all got a gift and a purpose. So with that, my name is Tonya D, and welcome to my virtual medicine room. And if you have yet to subscribe, of course, to my channel, please authentically, heartfelt do go ahead and hit the white rabbit on YouTube where you're tuning in, or even my Musing with Tonya D podcast, the season of the witches this year. But being in the season of Taurus, we've got the Earth Star, nature empathy. The shaman's portal, the mystical, is kind of on a sideline, but it's going to come back with this full-on power flower moon happening for us, the lunar eclipse. But before I go any further with that, once again, really, let's give a shout out to the village, my growing village, my tribe, excelling, to all the new peeps entering the community. It really does take a tribe. New subscribers, a validation, a voice of acknowledgement. I'm more about the turtle growth, not the rabbit and the hare. New friends and guests, welcome to my show. It's all about quality over quantity, right? But my intention really is to hit the 444 peeps by month's end. It kind of was last month, but I just got to know, are you in? Are you in? If so, share with your friends and like-minded groups and whatnot. And of course, a shout out to those of you that have been a part of my journey since the beginning and watching me traverse this highway. It really does take a village, a tribe. And if you listen to the replay later, gratitude and blessings to you and for you. Thanks for tuning in on whatever timeline you're in this galactic universe. Just remember, a comment if you are in need of a message for your day. Sharing is another way of authentically just heartfelt paying it forward. And also a voice of acknowledgement to all of you digital artists out there pointing out my SEO issues. I appreciate all these emails. I really authentically do. Just know that I'm working on a few things on the back end. So if you're picking up when I'm throwing down, Ashe, blessings to you as well. Transformation is always a timeline away, right? You could also find me on TikTok, of course, YouTube shorts and whatnot, which is super fun, right? Making little shorts. Just remember, I'm your otherworldly shamanic reflecting assistant. You truly are your own healer, but sometimes we get like a cosmic whipping or a draft or something. I don't know. We need a otherworldly life coach assistant, myself included, by the way. Nothing gets out of us. Yesterday was like that for me, but I had to find the humor in all the energetic hiccups and the trivial pursuits happening for me. So yeah, they kind of are there, forces of adversity, to get us out of our own magical way. The daily snippet, what do I muse about here? Well, kind of about the cosmic insights, the planets doing their cosmic dance. Obviously, the moon. I'm a reflector, so I do follow the lunarities of the moon. I do reflect. I do observe. I am a chameleon, so I change and transform all of the time based on the environment I am in, and I actually recognize this. That's why it's important to know where I do belong and where I don't. So I do follow the moon through the seasons and the gates. But in the season of Taurus, we do have the Earth Star, our 10th energetic online center. All things nature. So you might be a nature or a natural empath. Take my Change Your Stars quiz and find out your intuitive gift order or psychic ability. And we are lowering the drawbridge this week. It's as if we have transformed the realm from the imaginal. We've been in this imaginal realm, visualization, the upper world, the lower world. That's why I went with the Shaman's Oracle deck this week. But the imaginal. Now we're kind of lowering our drawbridge because we have created our sanctuary. And we are taking our inner value, our internet value, out into the world to shine upon all of those to see, so we can be on our own magical stage of life, valuing ourselves because we know we're actually worth more, and integrating this great change, the ability to really authentically give time and space to our greatest investment, which is ourselves. How often do we do that? Fully embody who we are. I also do a 4 pillars elemental foundation, your useful ingredients in the show, subtle energy sometimes, and even the fluids in the 4 pillars. I go on a tangent, I'm sure you've heard me. The pathways, it just depends what I see in the chart. Even into the auric fields, and again, as a reflector myself, this is what I do. Is this the right time? Am I with the right people? So that really is about the village that I am choreographing here. And where do I belong with these? Are these the right? Am I with the right tribe? Even friends. I'm cycling through that right now. And what am I seeing that nobody else can see? And what is the movement? What is the flow that I'm creating? What is the solution I create with this movement? I am very solution orientated over problematic. It reminds me of Dilbert, but solution. What's the solution? We always know we got a problem, but don't let other people tell you you've got a problem. We kind of have to figure that out ourselves. So with our mind off on holiday, in the season where things literally are slowing down, we're plowing the fields. I grew up on a farm, so I know all about the plowing and the aerating. The wheels of our mind, they're really on a slow turn. Seriously, I know this for myself. I don't know about you, but it's definitely happening for me. This artful choreography, the language of the mind, might even be light language. Any channelers out there? So you might even have like a language block, like a barrier, a writer's block, whatever that is. I happen to have this sometimes. But with our mind on holiday, you may also be reflecting on what words, affirmation, what are you producing through those affirmations, the tonality in your voice when you speak. So really giving space to your authentic self where you can really produce and manifest your own personal affirmation that actually boosts your inner value system, to share your light out into the world around you. Seriously, your creativity. Show people what you're producing, something that's life affirming, that really resonates with your heart, and being conscious of your own inner ability to choreograph words like a wordsmith, and then affirm it as long as it's resonating and it feels really juicy to you. So how was yesterday for you? Any earthly alert signals happening for you? Stay curious, question everything. I had hiccups all over the frickin' place. It was quite intergalactic interesting. But being that situations are becoming very real, landing in reality, and just being consciously aware of any and all of those energetic hiccups, forces of adversity, trivial pursuits, warnings, alert signals, all the things. So what got you here really will not get you there. And perfectionism, I know all about it. That's in the eyes of the beholder. What feels imperfect to you may just be perfect to another. It's perspective. It's an opinion. So watch your tone, your airspace, words, airspace, and master being a compassionate heart, going with the flow of inner peace, water, and the joy, fires of the heart. Channeling it in if you feel called. Sacred space to channel, connect to source, the otherworldly beings, an ancestor, a gatekeeper, the guardian of your galaxy, the all sensory notifiers, if you will, the intuitive gifts, and they go beyond that, by the way. So go with the flow. The proof is kind of in the pudding. You may see the real evidence over the false evidence, like looking between the seams, if you will. New airwaves, airspace, adding a potent ingredient to the flavor of our thoughts and feelings and desires and the magic that we have inside of us, and just valuing ourselves. Value yourself. It doesn't take money to value yourself. That's just a frequency, energy, vibration more than ever before. And if you have an environment of things, people, places, situations that really create a feeling of less value, that less than zero, even that movie, if you've seen it, Robert Downey Jr., I think he started living that life. Great show, like 30, 50 years ago, just saying. So it may be time to cut them away. And we do have the blade today, which I'll get to a little later. The blade is actually a 6. It's what we can open up to accept, so we can receive differently what thoughts no longer feel like they actually belong. And the ruler of the 6, Venus, is in the season of the mind. You cannot make up this topsy-turvette. So the key is really to allow loving thoughts in the process of creation, allowing who we are to come out of hiding. There's no need to shy away. We usually go into hiding because we're comfortable in the old wardrobe. It's familiar. So what happens when we lose a bunch of weight? I've witnessed this. I had a girlfriend lose a bunch of weight. The critics come out with all kinds of sabotage on why you lost weight. Whatever, who cares? You're taking care of yourself. And we often get pulled back into that old kind of creature comfort kind of space. But birthing anew is exciting. It's kind of even rebellious, especially when we go against the status quo of what we've been told a great life looks like. So really nurturing our blooming self and protecting each bloom, each little petal, if you will. So this birthing phase is what's going to assist us to really spread our wings, get out on the stage, getting us out of our own way, shedding skin, allowing our new aligned self-worth, the blossom forth, blooming the bloom. So be in observership. Reflect upon your blossom, your bloom, your petal. It's like getting an allowance from the universe and allowing that allowance to become real, tangible. The universe is gifting us. So be in the flow, and we're in a place of standing in our greatest triumphant value system. We each hold the key to this inner valuing system, by the way. It's like a belief system, but different. It's our own sacred value system. And the blade, I guess I should show you the blade since I'm talking about it. I'm doing this up a little different today, apparently. Here is the blade. Is that the blade? Oh, it is the blade. Oh, it was actually otherworldly, but apparently I did it upright, which is fine. But it was otherworldly. And the moon's actually in Libra, so balancing our emotion, our foundation of what is the balance out into our emotional field. It's in relation to ourselves. What are we going to open up to, and what are we going to accept and be in receivership for? We're like creating a new sacred space for that. And we're opening or moving from being non-essential to becoming very essential. We know we are, right? So the blade is the sharpness. It's the quickness of our mind. It's airspace, the body, lungs, large intestine, spirit, air, the air of spirit, community, storytelling, the blade. So it's kind of pointing upward at the moment, the upper world, which is heaven. When it points downward, which is actually is today, I muffed that up, no offense, but it's aimed to the ground, the earth, Gaia. That's anchoring in the power of heavens from the upper world to the earth. So it's like getting wishes granted from the universe. God is granting us, heaven's affording us either a healing tool or a weapon. We've got opportunity. So if we wield it wisely, I'm thinking of The Last Kingdom. I love that show. Or King Arthur. That's my other favorite. And I watch all these sword shows, let's be real. But it's known to transmit power. It's a conduit, like all metals are. Coppers, golds, silvers, etc. Conduit. Different frequency energies, but they're all conduits. The genies. Initiations. It's about cutting cords, energetic ones, from the past, severing all that toxicity, whether it's a relationship, a situation, a place of employment, whatever it is, even moving. But if it's used on the opposing forces, like anger or bitterness, those opposing ones, that's more about, it's just harsh, right? It's harsh energy. It's kind of like poking the bear even. But the medicine here is really saying that it's time to put this blade away, putting it down, where we have no more toxic emotions, and just allowing the blade to really go into its resting place, its sacred space, possibly back into the stones, just allowing the fires to relax, to chill for a moment. And then when we are in sacred space and we are in flow, is kind of what's coming in, sacred space, just allowing the blade with heartfelt integrity and our heart's intentions to really remove and cut away, setting ourselves free of all the drama, the chaos that's really tied us to those energetic cords in the first place, bringing in universal streams before doing the subtle energy surgery, by the way. Then we can cut away and then tie up those loose ends with those healing streams. That's how that works. It's not healthy to just cut cords away without bringing some vital, healthy healing energy in first. Generative or degenerative, it depends on the situation. All in all, so just a few announcements now that I've got all hung up on myself. We do still have, oh, there we go. Jim Marshall, this guy's great. The Season of the Witches, my Musing with Tonya D podcast. I think he actually created that word, septemics, the hierarchies of human phenomena. Interesting episode this one is, but I'm actually going to have Jim live as a guest on my Rising of the Origins in June. But great little interview. Just remember to comment your favorite audio room artist, Musing with Tonya D podcast, on my website, TonyaD.tv podcast, Apple, Spotify, but either way, comment. But like I said, he's going to be a guest in the Rising of the Origins. We're going to be talking about septemics. It's going to be great. So if you want to join us where he discusses this, let me know. It's going to be probably on a Wednesday, either way. But I still am doing my Sunday Fun Day mystery guest. I didn't have anybody fill out my casting call for last Sunday, so I didn't get to muse, which is kind of funny. I love playing in the elemental realm. But the 4 pillars elemental chart, I also am doing the Rising of the Origins, a private community. That's where this happens. So if you do need assistance for your elemental foundation, go ahead and jump over there, fill out that casting call. The link for that's also in the intuitive gift quiz. It's the same link for all these things. Sometimes it gets so much stuff, right? And the Rising of the Origins, I do a free online immersion. This one's starting June 1st. It's 5 days to immerse ourselves in discovering of our soul and life purpose. I started a foundation and then I choreographed the ending. So it's awesome. And I'm also editing, creating a handout to really add to that container. And for fun, and this one, Actually, I talk about it. I do cowrie shell divinations. This is the art of cowrie shell was brought to the West by Elder Malidoma Somé. He's an indigenous shaman from the Dagara tribe who's now in the ancestor realm. So I've been a protege of his since 2012-ish, maybe a little after. But yeah, I've been certified by Malidoma, so that's gratitude and blessings to be a part of that community. Yeah, and I'm also, Mongolia's still on the list. Just know that the price is going to go up the end of May. So yeah, and I already brought the blade in for the day. So with that, we're off to the elemental highway, which you're not going to believe this. Where is it? There we go. We have also a young metal monkey of a day. So the blade fits in. And what have we needed all week long and past week? Metal. Well, now metal has arrived double time along with that blade. So it's big metal. It's a mountain of metal. And our day comes with resources that it actually needs. Big fire, which is actually overpowering for our day. Yin fire is actually a better tool to forge yang metal energy with. So it's about taking time to forge it into something useful. So we kind of have to be crafty today. We can't be like fool's gold rushing in. But this is willpower, having high standards, integrity. And the monkey is a valued friend, probably a little rough around the edges. If this was a person, I'd say they were able to make or craft great decisions. They are leaders. Metal's also leadership. Estheticians carry this frequency, energy, vibration. People who actually forge metal as well. Yin fire. They perform very well. And the earth is in storage there in the monkey. On the month, we do have Yang Dragon there. They're both scratchy, controlling kind of resources. And fire is ambition, it's authority. So this person would probably be an over charismatic, probably over feeling a little bit overly spirited or kind of ego-like because that frequency, energy, vibration is there. And it kind of clashes with the yang metal. It's overpowering, it's overbearing. It kind of reminds me of our government authority, the establishment, the rules that govern humanity that don't let us shine our light. They dim us down. And water's a gift. It's the gift of what we do because metal produces water. Performs is what I was going to say. So the action of water is to begin the flow, creativity, it's intuition, it's psychic abilities. So you might feel that streaming in. Discern the signs, the symbols. Yin water to our day is kind of a drastic giftedness. Like you might literally have a water sign sigil gifted intuitive alert happen. And the rabbit is wealth. So at the end of the day, literally, we may create or receive some unseen abundance in something that we actually create, something that we forgot about, maybe something unexpected. It's out of reach. So, you know, our day does have all of the elements. I would, however, possibly light a candle, bring in yin fire to forge the yang metal and plant an intention in the soil. Yin earth is soil. Yin earth is actually a better derivative of a yang metal over the dragon. And the monkey, curiously enough, the monkey is the birth of water. The dragon is then the storage of water, hidden very deeply there, wet earth. And the hour of the rat. So we do have water, a water trine, which boosts the element of water, the inner peace, the reconciliation, being in the flow, crafting our creativity, our intuition, shape-shifting even like water. Water has a variety of forms. Water is the performance energy of our day. So really going with the flow, cosmically, consciously, just be aware of the flow. But ultimately, the goal is to shine upon our inner value system. Fire does shine upon the water. It does reflect, by the way, really bright. So allowing that light to shine on, maybe sparkle on the waters and into every aspect of our life. It kind of reminds me of the joy molecules now that I'm saying that out loud. But water is also a cleansing conduit to metal, the opposing force, right? So it's almost like skipping stones and smiling upon somebody else's ideas of imperfection, maybe, and just being in observership, allowing the flow. And when anybody asks what you're up to, just say, oh, I'm just observing, just taking it all in, letting it all go. I'm just reflecting. So we're coming out on the stage to be seen in the light of who we are, and we're literally upgrading to the core, I would say our God spot, to the core of our valued system. So what to affirm? I would kind of craft your own, but I would also affirm that I am loving myself to my higher value system. I would value myself and love myself through the eye of Creator, that high heart chalice. People tend to value us to the value we actually hold ourselves to, and sometimes it's actually better to get uncomfortable and upcycle that value, not allowing people to dim our light and throw stones or dirt on us. I will eventually have the Musing Moon meditation out. I mean, this is the longest it's ever taken me to craft the meditation. I actually revisited it again and re-recorded it. However, on a side note, this flower power, this full moon, has some very unique energy to it. I actually chatted about this in my private group with some peeps. And I'm actually probably already aware too, because we've got a buzz happening out there on the airwaves, right? But it's not just any full moon. It's this full-on flower power lunar eclipsed moon. That's why I'm thinking digging in the dirt and planting your flower, your bud to bloom is a great idea today. Lunar eclipses are generally deep transformation, but this one's not just deep transformation, it's Scorpio. So it's going down. It's digging deeper than the deep depths of Hades here. So this transformation is really down beyond our bones, cutting away all the past experiences. The blade today, that's why I'm bringing this up. So this is very deep change. It's shifting, it's transformation in a year of witches, season of magic even. So it's the death and the endings actually. I'm seeing all things scorpionic in a way. So it's when the things die off, we are then able to rise those new beginnings. The phoenix rises from the fire. So this really is galactic change. It's like the storm is coming. The chaos is going to just whip it all in. And then the debris gets like resettled differently. But it's curious because it's on the 5th month, May, the 5th day, at the 5th degree. So 14 adds to the 5. And Friday, which is the 5th day of the week. So this is great galactic universal change, which is happening for us on the highway. It's in the air. We've got lots of spicy flavors added to our ingredients, our sauce. It's the blend of astrology and numerology, and we have them all divinely lined up. The universe is working in our flavor. So how can you utilize all of these energies to really get the best benefit out of it, the most action in the pause point? As always, left hand on heart, bring in your inner guidance team, your gatekeepers, the guardians of your realm, ancestors, angels, animal totems, the Wedame, the keepers and the protectors of the wild and the raw fierce protectors, your intuition, your psychic abilities. And again, if you're not sure what they are, take my intuitive gift quiz. Your intuition, along with your heart of all hearts, your God spot, your solar plexus, your gut instincts, the clear knowing. These are just some of your spirit team access points. We all have them. We've got more. And the shaman's portal, Scorpio, online, the imaginal, mystical realm where the books, the records all exist. Realms, portals, upper world, lower world, gateways. The Andean cross from yesterday. Sorry, I was having a hiccup. Moving it all in towards our gift and purpose, which is actually part of the Rising of the Origins, my free immersion. So that's curious. Because literally, we do want to authentically create great change and transformation. This is authentic. That's what the message is. It's authentically aligned with our soul, our gift, and our purpose. Not with society, not what society wants us to do, not what our parents expected of us. The 9 to 5 is dissipating. It's really heartfelt what we want to do authentically. Nothing outside of us. It's like stop allowing other people to put their ideas of what a great life is upon us. It's like what's authentically aligned with each and every one of us individually. Our higher self, our true self, our Sira, what we look like on the other side. This is probably has already been happening for us. Just know that what we resist does persist. That's where the energetic hiccups come and all. It's like we're not getting the signal from the universe. And when we don't listen to the universe galactically moves us on its own. I think that's often why people get fired from a job is you weren't listening to the memo. So the universe literally lifts you up, picks you up, kicks you out. That's kind of the transformation that we're going to want to create for the following 6 months. It's going to be a catapulting this energy forward. So first listen to the Musing Moon meditation on YouTube channel, Tonya D. connecting the imaginal shaman's portal to the Earth star through the solar plexus. That should be up soon. If you're a subscriber, you should get a notification for that. Even taking the intuitive gift quiz if you're not sure what your gift and your genius is, connecting to your spirit team, your inner light beckoning team. You know, you have to be an allowance. They don't get in the way of us unless we call them in and ask those questions. But the link for the fun quiz is again in my show notes. So what kind of change do you truly desire in your heart? Heartfelt transformation, authentic to your soul's wishes, your dreams, in your life, your day-to-day world, like calling it in and holding space for it. Second, make a list. I would go with 5 because there's so many 5s on this eclipse day, whether it's the month, the day. I mean, you could even do it at the 5th hour if you really wanted to bring it in, but sit and muse about an affirmation and attitude. The mind's online. 5 is the mind, right? Understanding. And again, what got you here will not get you there. So kind of brainstorming a list. I'm going with 5. That's my goal. You do you. I'm just giving you an example. But if the list often is too long, the energy, it dissipates. The distribution is it's too wavering. It's all over the place. So it's better to hone in or focus on like I said, 3 and then get 3 down to 2 possibly. I'm going with 5. But the lower the number, it has to really resonate with your heart, or it'll disintegrate. Just so you know. And after you've brainstormed, put that out into physical form, the Earth star. I would possibly bring it down into the Earth. You got to really bring this energy into the Earth plane. It's coming from the shaman's portal, Hades. So we're getting rid of all the things that have no longer been serving us. But it's energy, it's imaginal into the physical Earth. Play and be creative. That's really the part of the magic sauce, is taking it from the etheric, imaginal into this reality where it takes form. We're shifting all of this. You might even be cleansing your auric field. I don't know. Third, from the list, again, I got ahead of myself. That's where you want to choose your top. I would probably go with your top 2 if you do a list of 5. Those things that are going to create this shift and transformation that really lights up your heart, that's going to shift and really catapult your life forward. If you can imagine it, you can manifest it. Visualization and holding the seed tone, but also sit with spirit, your spirit team, your inner guardians, your guidance. You know, it's like having your spirit team on the round table in front of you where you can kind of voice this out. Say it out loud, invoke it, write it down, scratch out words, whatever. Just whatever really excites you, what lights you up, heartfelt. What does your heart want in this life? What are you wanting to choreograph? And then really move forward with an action plan to take baby steps. Make it fun. Add some color. Inner light child, you know, get markers. Fire element, light candles, the color that really lights up your heart. Incense even, that really brings joy to your nose. It's just really getting the circulation happening so you can spiral it in, really. You can use your favorite crystals, flowers, take flowers to an earth shrine. That would be great. Just make it really authentically sacred to you and for you. Be creative and have a lot of fun. The more energy you put into it, the more magic and likely it's able to manifest. I do moon rituals, but this one's got an extra boost. Like I said, I'm a Scorpio moon. I've got Taurus in my North Node, so I've got the power of this time. And honestly, you do too. But go ahead and listen to the Musing Moon meditation. It's from the shaman's portal, the mystical, the imaginal, into the Earth star, doing a little inner wheel swirl in our solar plexus. I love you to share and comment, or honestly, just keep it safe, protected, and sacred to yourself. Give time and space to your brainstorming list, if you will. And so it is. And then we align with the change to create the life we're meant to live. Go ahead and share in the comments, again, your to-do list, your rituals. What's exciting to you? What are you producing? What are you processing? What are you integrating for great change? And if you did watch yesterday's show, you know the card, the message we have for Friday. So keep on tuning in. And again, Ashe, blessings for you. I kind of shifted gears today. And I see Bubbles. Bubbles 66. I like the 66. Thanks for tuning in and subscribing. And I'll see you as always on the other side. Ashe, blessings.
But to compare with chemistry, before Dmitry Mendeleev developed the periodic table of elements. There was chemistry, but he revolutionized it by making it easier to understand, easier to teach, and easier to learn. So every physical scientist in the world, in fact, even non-physical scientists like medical scientists, everybody uses the periodic table. It's a staple. It's in every book and it's on every wall. Okay, that is what these scales are like for the 35 corresponding subjects that I told you. So when I saw this, I said, wait a minute, I can now go from helping people by the hundreds, which is what I had been doing as a human development engineer, to helping people by the millions, if I could put this in a book and get it out to the general populace. So the first version of the book was completed in December of 95.